Welcome to the Carnival. This is a quick card game with a memory element. In Carnival, you start with a handful of creature cards. You can use these cards as spectators or contribute them to the Carnival. Spectators will earn you points, but only if there are more of the same type of creatures in the Carnival stack. Deal one mask card to each player. Add the remaining masks to the deck and shuffle it well. Randomly discard the following number of cards based on the number of players. Deal each player the following number of cards based on the number of players in addition to one mask they already received earlier. After this, players might have more than one mask in their hand. Place the remaining cards face down on the table to form a draw deck. Then turn the top card face up and place it next to the draw deck to start the Carnival stack. The player who last participated in a Carnival will start the game. During your turn, you must draw one card from the draw deck and then play a card from your hand face up. You may play this card onto the Carnival stack. Make sure this card covers all previously played cards in this stack. You may play it on the table in front of you as your spectator. Spectators must be sorted by creature type and must be visible to all players all the time. Or you may play it in front of another player. It will become one of their spectator cards. They also must be sorted and visible to all the players. A mask card can be used to play hidden creature cards in the Carnival stack as your spectator or in front of another player as their spectator. When playing a mask card, slide another card from your hand face down under it. In this case, you play two cards in one turn, reducing the size of your hand by one card. When you play a mask card with a creature face down under it as a spectator in front of yourself or another player, you do not have to sort it based on the creature type of the card underneath. This way, the creature you played is hidden from your opponents and this becomes a real carnival. Once a mask card with a creature underneath it has been played, players cannot look at the face down creature, even if you were the one to play the card yourself. The round ends when the draw pile is empty. Players must now add the remaining cards from their hands as spectators to the cards they already have on the table in front of them. This is a very important rule to remember during the round, so play your cards keeping this in mind. One player takes the Carnival stack, sorts all the creatures in it by creature type. Any mask cards must be put away to the side, they do not influence the score. Now determine if the spectators in front of you are happy with the Carnival and will score you points or not. To do so, count how many creatures of a certain type are participating in the Carnival and compare this number of creatures of that type in front of you. This includes any cards with a negative value. Your creatures are only happy if there are more creatures of their type in the Carnival than there are in the spectator rows in front of you. Turn all cards of the creature types that are not happy face down. They do not contribute to your score. Finally, you add up the number of creatures on all remaining face-up spectator cards in front of you. The total is your score for the round. Let's take a look at a few more examples. There are more creatures of this type in the Carnival stack than in this player's spectator row. The player scores 4 points. There are more creatures of a certain type in the player's spectators row than in the Carnival stack. The player scores no points. The same number of creatures in the Carnival stack and in the player's spectators row. Player scores no points. There are more creatures of a certain type in the Carnival stack than in the player's spectators row, but the spectator's sum value is negative. The player loses 1 point. There are more creatures of this type in the Carnival stack than in the player's spectator row. The player scores 6 points. The total score for the player is 9 points. Write down the results for the round and play a second round using the same rules. The player who would have gone next in the previous round starts the next round. After the second round, count your points using the same rules. The winner is the player who scores the most points over 2 rounds combined. In the event of a tie, the player with the most scoring cards in the second round is the winner. If players are still tied, they share the victory. And now you know how to play Carnival.